he executes on that has always been a bit of a question mark, and when he's in full flow, that's when he becomes a force. If there are those kinks in that mechanics, then that's when CNZ definitely has an in. But CNZ was showing some really good solid play today, and if he continues that, absolutely no reason why he can't put himself in a perfect position to keep in the game, keep it close, and when it's close, as we know in Quake Champions, things can turn on a dime.
Well, it all starts on Vale Kiel versus Eisen, map number 1 of this best of 3 upper bracket action. Ending the day on a potential crazy banger. We'll figure it out right now as DaHanG is going to start off on that Kiel. Get the in-eyes for him. Grabbing that rocket launcher right off the bat.
Damn, I didn't get invite to the game. B-Mix it is.
Dan, nobody cares about your problems, Dan. Okay, these are first world problems here. As DaHanG trying to get some damage on the way out here. Doesn't really have a rail and instead opens himself up to eat a rail from CNZ here. Doubling back to get that 50 shard out near the window. Just missing a rail and might be able to make something happen here through the telly. There's a lot of LG coming out. CNZ has to be very careful. Does land some great shots on the way out to even it up, and actually after that heavy pickup has a huge advantage. 3 HP. DaHanG just overstaying his welcome. He's got to hate the way that that went, but CNZ doing really, really good job to grab that first rail.
Yeah, connecting some nice rails up the off, and that's obviously what you got to do against a chunky guy like Kiel. Is connect with the rails, nearly drops into the acid, kicks down, but doesn't. Turret's there, doesn't get enough damage out before the grenade comes through. Big combo coming out. CNZ suddenly is like, what the fudge just happened?
Yes, fudge indeed, as it's just running down his face now. Stack very, very low. DaHanG starting to take control of the full map here. Again, that stack. Kiel can be a bit of a hoover. Watch out for that grenade. And oh, just stuck in the corner, nowhere to go. DaHanG gets that frag 2-1, taking all the light armors in between.
Yeah, Pack banning the map at the point moment, taking all the items, the shards. This is DaHanG. This is what he likes to do. Plays the map so well. All of his decisions are based around timing. As you said, he doesn't take risks, but he takes calculated aggression, and that's why he's so powerful, because he could just do that and then hoover up the map away from you. But CNZ has stabilized. Yes, he hasn't got himself a lead, but he's got himself items, he's got himself weapons. That's what he needs to get back into the game.
Wow. Nade in a pineapple. CNZ just keeps peeking and just keeps eating damage. Might get caught on the Thunderdome here. That's going to be the pain train as Tim puts up his third one. Waiting on the Timothy versus Timmy fight here, as he's been dealing with the turret nicely.
Timothy comes up top for now. And he is just patrolling. We are on the EU server, if we haven't spoken about that as well, so obviously would expect CNZ to have a slight advantage due to that fact, but DaHanG is making the ping seem irrelevant with some of these rails.
Yeah, I mean, the decision making and all that doesn't really matter with the ping there as he deals with the turret nicely. Oh, wow. Okay. Stylish, and this is going to be a nightmare as the LG absolutely melts him. Can't connect with the damage in CNZ. Huge frag there, taking a lot of damage, needs to be careful. 39 HP, almost hits a rail. Needs to get out, a little bit of chip, 27. Time is ticking, is he gonna get caught out here?
Timmy's there, don't know if he's gonna do too much in terms of defense with that such little stack. He didn't even manage to delay too much to get onto an item, but as I say, that DaHanG is just wiggling around and eating all of the lightning gun, so it has worked out in the end for CNZ. Doesn't want to pressure through that telly. He knows that DaHanG is standing strong, so he waits till he moves off the grenade, punts him away from where he wants to be. DaHanG can't, for now, clean up that frag. It feels inevitable.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, but CNZ isn't going to have a ton to work with. He might be able to stack back up relatively high off 225s, but DaHanG full control now, should be able to kind of take this frag or at least bully CNZ off this mega. He just needs to be able to get there in time, as it looks like he's going to take the jump pad, take the long road back. Might be a little bit too late. Timmy's going to cause a distraction as well, and CNZ able to pick that up. Oh, DaHanG caught slipping there as a free rail for CNZ. Still trying to battle back and tie this at 4.
stings. Yeah, and the rail combo as well. CNZ does tie it up in a perfect little situation as well. Mega's up in a few seconds. He's just taken the heavy. That was the cleanest frag he'll ever get. DaHanG now without a lightning gun or a rocket as well. So CNZ will know that and want to defend these items to make them pay for any insolence to try and take one of those weapons. That's exactly what he did.
Almost hit that rail. That would have been causing a problem right now for DaHanG as he just wants to take those long angles, but he can't. There's the rocket to 1 HP on CNZ and almost steals away the heavy, but DaHanG puts a stop to that.
I'm really enjoying the way CNZ is playing. He's absolutely not afraid to go man-on-man with DaHanG, and he's keeping on top of Keel's stack. I haven't seen a point where Keel really hits that critical mass and can just go plus forward. So all credit to the way CNZ is playing the map. Yes, he's not stamping his authority in terms of control, but he is always being such a pain on the defense.
Rail just missing out.
But there,
look at that stack.
Yeah, now he's missed a few crucial rails. This is where DaHanG can go aggressive. He's kind of positioned and postured around the Mega, so wants to be pushing out ever so slightly to try and do some damage onto TNZ now.
That's a free rail. That's exactly what CNZ wants to try and whittle down that stack. Escapes through the telly, creating space. Does not want to get caught out. Then Keel first. Incredible up close here as DaHanG really wants that heavy. Will he tempt fate with the jump to the churro? He will. Just grab it. Very delicious then. A nice little treat for DaHanG here as CNZ serving up treats. Left and right, it feels as though. Still down by 1, but just if he can keep these rails up.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do, but he's not getting any items, so as much as he's hitting the odd rail here and there to manage the stack of Keel, he's not building his own. So he can't then convert that pressure into anything more. It's just maintaining the status quo. So he needs some step change, that pressure, which is exactly what he's done now. Big opening with the tri-bolt. Good pressure coming out. Might have to go through. DaHanG actually rocket jumps up just to steal it away. Hits the rail on the return. And he's head over towards the Mega. Successfully will be able to pick that up. Even spend some time taking other resources away, because he knows how low CNZ is. He doesn't have the bottle to take his Mega. CNZ once again is relegated to these back channels where he's just taking basic resources.
And off scraps here. Grabs that 50 share. That was very dangerous. DaHanG wanted to pressure that. That could have been a nightmare for CNZ. It's still down by 1, 2:30 left into this first map. Great rail from DaHanG there. He's going to go up. Wants a little bit more. Timmy taking the brunt of it there. R.I.P. Robot.
Do you feel that DaHanG has also taken his foot off of the pedal just a little bit in terms of respect to CNZ? Because some of these earlier pushes weren't working out, but now he's caught him backed into a corner. No rockets. He's just going to have to try and get out of here. But again, it's just at what cost? If he can get onto this Mega, it's a minor victory. He can, but he needs a rail. Oh, DaHanG. And he doesn't even get the... Oh, that's so painful to watch.
CNZ as DaHanG floated him to the heavens. He did get the steal on the Mega, almost on the heavy, but after all of that, look at the stack, Stan. Less than 2 minutes now, and he's got to redo all of that work.
Yeah, it's been at this level for the last 3 minutes or so. CNZ is just holding on by a thread. He does need a frag, obviously, to tie it up. He has a minute and a half to find a way to do that. DaHanG is unrelenting on control of these items. Has barely made a slip up beyond that one overextension just now. And even still, he's back in a position to control the major items.
That's such a good rail, too, as CNZ tries to push in and get a little more chip damage here. Deploying Timmy and dealt with immediately, and now CNZ has to choose. I have a minute 10 left. Do I push this? Is this the hill I want to die on? And it looks like he's going to decide against it.
He knows he just needs one big fight, and he can't afford to push it just now. He's got a minute. DaHanG's going up. This is a big heavy, though. DaHanG gets this. It's really tough for CNZ to get back into it. No major item for 18 seconds. By that point.
Good damage, though.
Yep.
It's another rail.
Won himself a free Mega. Nice.
Yeah, DaHanG wants no part of it. He's going to start playing hyper defensive now. This rail could open things up. The defensive rockets from DaHanG actually landing just enough chip to keep CNZ at bay.
CNZ didn't know the exact timing, goes down, wastes a little bit of time from DaHanG. He's waiting for this light. No, you need to push the heavy, my friend. He does, it's too late. DaHanG gets it. He's just going to back off into a corner and wait for CNZ to run at him. Use those audio cues to reposition. He's going to have to take a fight. He hasn't got the stack to work with. Turret goes up the jump pad. Can't really help out like that. And DaHanG's just backing away. Doesn't connect with the rail. He's just going to hide by the TP, hide up the jump pad. That is game over. As close as you like, but DaHanG does take it.
Wow, wasn't as comfortable as DaHanG would have liked, but I mean, he put the first one in his pocket, 5-4, and as you mentioned earlier, maybe not the biggest deal, but that was the EU server, so we're going to hop on over to NA now. DaHanG should feel a little more comfortable, but definitely a little more confident after taking that first map. But that was a nail-biter, Dan. That was very, very close.
It was really interesting to watch from a strategy point of view, because as we talked about, CNZ did an amazing job to stay in the game, but it was pretty much that for large portions of it. It was staying in the game, and DaHanG respected that CNZ's output was strong and his pushes were being nullified, and he just refrained from doing it. He did the basics, he didn't take too much damage, he tried to force openings, but when they weren't there, he didn't then go in to try and make something happen. He just waited about his time. He had the lead, he had control, and he was waiting for CNZ to make a slip up. CNZ did it, and the game just kind of ground to a halt for the final kind of few minutes. No one able to force an opening, so no one did.
Yeah, and just so close. I wonder, going to Ruins, it's going to be Ranger for DaHanG and Galena for CNZ. And I don't know, do you think the pace is going to change? Do you think CNZ is going to play that kind of style that we've seen over and over again, really, with Galena, where it's just a totem nightmare down by the heavy? We saw base play it really solid earlier, where it was totem nightmare in the back stairs, let me control heavy, and let me rocket jump up to steal away your mega while I have my own pocket mega.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they are teammates, or they were teammates. They have practiced together a fair amount. I would imagine he and they have either talked to or know each other's playstyle, and could be a favored one. They do play in a fairly similar way in that defensive style, and it makes a lot of sense. It's a strong way to play Galena. I think it's probably the optimal way to play Galena if you can pull it off. I don't think DaHanG will allow it to be as easy as that, to have like a 9-minute overstack, but still, it has to be the ambition. And so, if CNZ can play that tempo and stop DaHanG from being super creative with the orb and forcing openings, and he doesn't lose an early lead, it can definitely work.
Completely agree. Looking forward to seeing how that shakes out here as we're slowly loading into map number 2 on Ruins. DaHanG trying to get the clean sweep, easy 2-0 to maintain his position in the upper bracket, but CNZ down 1 needs to make a little bit of magic happen here on Ruins.
But look at that, 6 megas, 4 heavies to 14 and 12. CNZ did more damage, but then by that point, you know, DaHanG was just a sponge, a damage sponge absorbing everything. Casual 16% accuracy. Don't need accuracy when you have that stack.
Yeah, just, you know, hoovering up all those items as we mentioned before. CNZ can do all the damage in the world, but he just couldn't get that final frag to tie it and the one to send him over top. So item control always going to be a big, big part of Duel, and we're going to see if DaHanG just kind of locks on and plays, you know, the same old ABC style that we've grown accustomed to. Very methodical, very calculated. As you said before on map number 1, no risks, nothing. Let the game come to him. If he sees an opportunity, sure, he'll take it, but he's not willing to gamble all in on something that is a maybe.
Yeah, and he's very good at using the full skill set of a champion. So when we see him on a Slash or a Strog, we'll definitely see him taking slightly more risks and being proactive and using the crouch sliding to open up the map. He has Ranger now, he has the utility of the orb. I expect some creative plays with that, but as you said, it's all about the items, it's all about the timings. His decisions will be based around them. If he can overextend to do a lot of damage then fall back on an item because the timing dictates that, he will do it. He's an accountant, that's how he works.
He is all about the numbers, and looking at the numbers, the predictions are heavily in favor of DaHanG. Chat, ruthless right now. It's 70 to 30% in favor of DaHanG. Chat has spoken. We've spoken, but let's let the players decide. Map number 2, Ruins of Sarnath, going live ever so shortly, Dan. And could this be the 2-0 that DaHanG wants? CNZ really has the final say in that. We'll see if he can pull this one out and send us to a map number 3.
Either way, we said it would be close. Map one was incredibly close. Couldn't have been closer. I also expect this one to be just as a nail biter.
Starting off on DaHanG, grabbing that heavy, making his way straight to the rail and LG. A little bit of machine gun right off the bat from CNZ. Big rail from DaHanG. He needs to be careful not to get mowed down by that machine gun. Swapping into nails, into rails. Okay, DaHanG. And I'm sure he's thinking to himself, all right, 3 for 3. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah, I said don't give up an early lead. And with 20 seconds in, okay, just ruins things. Here's on point.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay, CNZ.
But there we go. There's a way to reclaim
With the response.
Rocket jump up, get a free mega. Nicely played. One totem down. Second one soon to be used. Alright, in the corner. Nice.
Two totems down, as you mentioned. Working on that overstack. DaHanG making his way towards this heavy. Not up for a little bit here. CNZ opportunity for damage. Needs to be careful not to eat that nail spam. Good rail on the way out, though.
Yeah, exactly what you need to do on these items. You're not going to take them. DaHanG herself going up aggressive here, only with a nail gun to work with, and there you go. I know the timings, I know what's possible. Thank you very much.
Really, really well played there from DaHanG. Hit him with the surprise! 2-1 now. As the orb is down, so a little bit of safety in that from CNZ, but the dual rail. 2 for 2, is DaHanG going to go for 3?
No, if he missed and CNZ's coming up the stairs, could be risky. Right choice by DaHanG just to play the map and catch him off guard later, as he has done now. The overstack is there, which is why CNZ is particularly healthy, but he is now out of a totem.
Oh my goodness. Timothy, please. As he is hitting 85% rail right now.
DaHanG actually slightly late, maybe not realizing CNZ had the gall to go in for that item. Does delay the mega now, nicely played by DaHanG, wants to separate them, he knows there's one in the control. So if he can now go solidify his position down on the heavy, he'll have full map control. Nice proactive play to separate the items.
This is going to be bad here. Good dodging from CNZ to avoid that damage. Is DaHanG going to push through the back? No. So the totems might be a problem here, as CNZ starting to stack them in the back hall. One outside, I believe in the corner next to the telly, it looks like.
Yeah.
DaHanG takes mega, and look at the stack. Gigantic. Stacks like a rapper den.
CNZ just waiting out for the next totem to come up, playing nice and slow. Hasn't got a rocket, so cannot be caught off guard in a choke point. Works his way around the map, drops another totem, but one gets taken out just at the second he was about to get it. Distraction all coming out, but DaHanG realizing not worth the risk.
Yeah, I feel like off the back of that, if he got like a big 100 damage rocket or something, he probably would have taken that.
Yeah.
It would have been much more favorable, but instead played it safe. I'm going to throw these out. If they hit, great. If not, I didn't commit to anything. Still up 3-1, looking strong. And in between those rotations, we saw him peek through the back hall, take out a totem, as you said, in the nick of time. And that's kind of the difference between DaHanG and some of the other players, where they'll just forget. They'll tunnel vision.
Yeah.
They'll forget about the totems completely, and then you're dealing with just an overstack Galena constantly, which you saw earlier today.
Yeah, he has got the overstack up, but as you said, he almost gave up the heavy to go out looking for totems. And you can see him patrolling the map right there. He's actually gone and found another one in these hiding places because he knows how critical it is. Unaware at the moment that CNZ is working with the overstack, but having not seen CNZ, he will know how stacked he is. So really nicely played by DaHanG, and on top of that, he's kept on top of the timing of the heavy and gone in and stored it away. Top tier play for the American. He goes aggressive, but that is a really bad orb. He's going to try and push his way up, but that's not the play, and CNZ gets another frag on the board. 3-2.
Very interesting there, as Pocket Totem in hand for CNZ if he wants that overstack. Already super stacked. Now he's going to play for the heavy. DaHanG, bad way right now. Almost peeking over the edge. Almost got broken off there. But still maintains a 1 frag lead as we get closer and closer to the midway point. Rails exchange, and there's the overstack for CNZ.
Yep, he's starting to build it. DaHanG still hasn't found that totem down in the corner, so that's a bit of a pain.
5-minute warning.
CNZ's got nice control of these items. They've been bang on the same items all map.
Another pocket totem here. They're gonna battle it out for the Mega. DaHanG may have to concede this. He's gonna try and pepper in some damage. There's the jump over, taking a little bit of rocket damage.
Nice.
Trying to shuffle his way in, and he does, and no rail on the exit. So a little bit risky there from DaHanG, but he gets it, and a great rail after the fact. Still dealing with an overstack that he's unaware of on this Galena.
Yeah, but he's done his job. He's won back map control and hit a couple of great rails. You'll know exactly how weak CNZ is now. That's why you see aggressive. He's got the orb. If he needs to follow it up, he's going to try and make sure CNZ doesn't able to get into that TP. He's also knocked out another totem, so CNZ's totem economy is not looking great. As I say that, he still has the third coming straight back up, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, doing a really good job of just always having that pocket overstep. Ooh, decent rockets, but not the best. The Dire Orb up close and personal. Here's a rocket. Put it in his mouth and closed it. 4-2, Dan. As DaHanG closes the gap on that one, extends the lead by 2. Now CNZ trying to fight as hard as he can for this Mega, and DaHanG, he's cool with conceding this.
Yeah, and that's been really balanced approach from him all game, particularly in this map. He's just saying, all right, if you're in position early, fine. I will let you have it. I'll work the map. I'll use this time to either pick up resources elsewhere or take out your totem economy. So, again, it is still valuable for him to not be present if it's not the right choice. As I say that, he's going in super aggressive now. He thinks he knows the right timing. He does, but he is literally a split second too early, and CNZ makes it count. DaHanG still has a lead, though, and he has position on the Mega. So, he's working his way back now. Just needs some weapons, and CNZ will be trying to defend this rail with his life. He does. He hits a big rocket as DaHanG goes in there. Hasn't got the orb as well, so he's a little bit stuck. If CNZ can connect, he closed the gap with the lightning gun. He's done his job. He's railable as well, so he needs to back off and try and pick up some health. That's exactly what he does. He also has an overstack in 10 seconds if DaHanG doesn't find a totem, and there's none in the vicinity, so CNZ will bring a huge sigh of relief. And the good thing about the way he's playing with his totems, he's not really been incredibly sneaky with the way he's positioning them. If you look at where they are, he's just almost been slightly fortunate in the way they've been dotted around the map. DaHanG hasn't found as many as they do.
Wow.
The burst damage is not good enough.
Can't quite do it. Tried to get a little sneaky. Going down, so CNZ ties it at 3, 750 in, and he has firm control. The rotation between the items is a little tight, but he just needs to decide which route he wants to take. He gets yet another overstack, just in case he doesn't get this Mega, but it looks like he's going to grab both. Great play here from CNZ, catches him out. LG up close, should finish here, but the rails, okay, good return rail from CNZ, but DaHanG somehow getting some damage.
But yeah, CNZ's got map control and timing. DaHanG on the ropes with a minute and a half to go. CNZ knows exactly what's up. DaHanG is just going to try and play nice and slow. Sneak his way away from CNZ. He's got an orb, so he's feeling a little bit confident to work his way out into the open.
And DaHanG is still hitting 70% rail.
If he
It's
wasn't,
still
he'd be
tight.
losing, yeah.
Yeah, it's still extremely tight, even with 70% rail, and now you can't contest for this Mega, can't even try and do damage, has to run. Pocket Totem in hand for CNZ, although the totem economy is completely gone, so he's starting from scratch.
And CNZ just took, again, a big delay on that Mega. 1, offsetting DaHanG's timing, and 2, as DaHanG did earlier in the game, stamping his authority. So this next rotation, he'll pick up both nice and cleanly because he knows the timing, and now has a huge window to get out onto the map and try and pressure DaHanG.
Just such a massive advantage here as DaHanG working his way back from virtually nothing. Can't even get a full regular stack yet as he grabs another health bubble. Very, very cautious, trying to see where the totems are, knowing that if he takes out the totem, then CNZ knows exactly where he is. It's kind of a dual-edged sword.
Oh, information is CNZ knows exactly what's up now.
What a rail.
DaHanG is...
Yeah, he's just holding on for dear life near this telly here.
It's just,
Strong position.
I mean, it is an area you would never check until you're really just hunting for your opponent. Because there's just there's nothing for you to do there. I think CNZ's realizing now what's up. He hears the rocket from above, so know roughly where DaHanG is. Just can you catch him? He's playing so slowly. That's why
completely stopping the pace here.
That's exactly why CNZ has also cut out his audio cues, just to try to disorientate DaHanG and force him to make the move. Which he has done. He's going to spot him here out in the open. He sees that just
gave him a haircut, just barely off here as DaHanG. Doing a good job of evading. Rocket jumps away to avoid getting caught out, but the items just keep cycling in CNZ's favor, and DaHanG needs to try and find this opening. Wow, big opportunity there.
But DaHanG's done his job. He's now at that kind of base stack where he's got as much as he can get without a major item. So now he'll feel a bit more confident to start pushing out, to do some damage after these pickups without actually engaging CNZ. And if he can hit a big rocket here, he then dives down onto the heavy or just ends it.
And that, in a blink. Did you miss it, chat? Did you miss it? Did you blink? Because that was incredible. DaHanG hugging the ropes and somehow